I must try to run away from this country because I was told I'll be killed, he will kill me and all that.
Who threatened you with this?
He openly himself threatened me like that. He openly himself told me, I'll do to you as, yes, this is out there. He told me, and when you meet him, ask him that Tobinco said that. Samuel, I'm not Tobin, I said that. He told me that as I did to Somanya, the same thing I'll do to you.
Personally, I am disappointed at the Tobinco pharmacy boss. And I'm not saying it out of disrespect. I'm only looking at how he narrated his story, and I realized that some of the things he actually put himself into was not supposed to have happened.
I wanted to run to Germany or US through Togo. I drove to Aflao, wanted to cross the border. People told me, leave this country. I took my passport. I went to Aflao border to run. And those who carry me to cross the border from Lomé, from Aflao to Lomé, the guy told me that when the guy saw me, he said, you were in the papers yesterday. And the customs watch through the papers, and the immigration people, they go through the papers all the time because of the border. So if you try, they will get you. They will know. So if you won't mind, we'll give you agbilima. But you know agbilima. How do you say agbilima in English?
That's the dough, right?
Cassava dough.
Cassava dough.
We'll give you a sack you put on your head. You put agbilima. Then you cross like one of us before you can escape. When I went through that night, I wept. I really wept. Seeing myself from a very, small, poor family, I really hawked in Accra, begging food before I eat. I sell PKs before my hands will go to my mouth, and selling this away in the village and all that. Coming out like that to this level. And somebody just came and said, I'll finish you. And now I'm escaping, I'm running away, not because of anything, but because somebody has really determined to finish me.
Imagine you and your company was attacked with an acclaimed accusation that you were possessing fake drugs or whatever it is, and you knew that your drugs were not fake. It was the samples or very few of them that had issues, and you allow the FDA boss to, move cars, confiscate your drugs, bend them, destroy your factory, put a bad reputation, put bad media records and everything, and you allow all this happen while you know that the drugs you were having were genuine and whatever you were doing were genuine. Why would an individual as high as you would have allowed yourself to go through this? Though I understand, according to the story and, watching some parts of the interview you granted, that the man, the FDA boss was someone who was powerful and what this and what that. But I just know that nobody is above the law. As far as you know you are right, and number two, you have good lawyers and you can pay them, I don't think there's anyone in this country you should fear. And that idea that this person is untouchable, this person is powerful, trust me, I don't believe so. I am a poor guy. If anyone comes at me, they win. Because I will not be able to pay for a lawyer or anything. But somebody as an owner, an entrepreneur, a big business person who have all this money, you allow someone who is supposed to be a boss or fearful or someone who is powerful just use an issue that is not it to defeat you, to put you in a trauma to the extent that you have to drive car from trying to skip a flower to travel to another place, put yourself in that trauma, cried for a long time, put your family in such a trauma. I think this was uncalled for. You understand? I actually don't understand your situation as at that time, because if the knowledge and the things you are open up today was as at that time, I don't think you would have acted the way you acted. If those things had happened now, you wouldn't have acted the way you acted as at that time. But one thing I know is that as someone who is rich and capable of getting good, very intelligent and smart lawyers on your side, and your issue is also right, why would you have allowed someone to actually take you on that easy? Pulling, destroying, and burning your drugs, your product, and closing down some of your shops. Those things were uncalled for. So things like this are things that we, the young people, have to look and learn from. As young entrepreneurs, we need to actually look carefully at the issue of Tobinco, so we can study and see what he's done right and what he actually didn't do right. And number two is that this also actually shows you, if the story that he narrated was true, this shows you how people can not just envy people from afar, but they will actually plot to actually destroy the people. You understand? And this happens anywhere in the world, whether it is in Europe or it is in Africa. It happens. So whenever you find out that someone is deliberately trying to dent your image or actually break down your business, you shouldn't allow them. You need to actually take the step to find ways and means to, to stop that. And he actually took the soft approach. The soft approach was actually, bringing the former president, John Dramani Mahama, on board, and probably involving Asedin Ketia and co inside. Reading from Ghana Web also, that's what they said inside there. So that's a soft approach, and I think it's good if you do the soft approach. But if the soft approach doesn't actually work, you should not wait for the person to destroy your business before you make a move. This was something you should have taken, move the person to the court. Imagine the person doing all this. There was no any court order. There was no any order from the Ministry of Health, but the person did it. And he got away with it. It's something other than just winning the case with FDA. This case should have transcended to actually, if what you narrated was true, they should have transcended this case to actually go to that former boss to make him pay for it. That is, if the case or what you narrated was true. You understand? And you believe in that. FDA should be made to pay though, but things should have transcended to actually meet the person who made those decisions. Because at some point in time, there's what we call separate legal entity. A business operates differently from its owners and its founders. So though we are not saying he's the founder of FDA, but there is a ways and means that in the law courts, when things get to some level, companies can actually pull out and let it face, or the consequences meet individuals in it. And that is what I'm trying to talk about. So other than just winning the case, it is also quite disappointing that he actually should have taken better steps and not have let this issue get to this level. Imagine taking this issue to court after 5 years when this happened. This shouldn't have been so. You understand? So we as young people, it's such a sad incident that happened, or a story that happened. We should actually look at this, study it carefully, and find ways and means we can actually protect our businesses so we don't let people step on us at any time. And to conclude, I would say that whenever people, come to destroy your business or actually disturb you, whatever you're doing, try to involve lawyers as early as possible. This will help you gather a lot of evidences. It also help you to protect and take the thing through the legal processes as early as possible to prevent future bigger damages. And that was what I felt like he should have done earlier. He should have waited 5 years before he's taking those legal actions on FDA. This should have been done earlier. Since that time. You understand? Though it's still a good news that he's been able to get 93 million Ghana cedis back, but I feel like this shouldn't have been the case and where it has gotten to. My name is Imoru Sadat. If you want to buy land in Ghana, you want to buy a house in Ghana, just check in the description of the video, you get my number, you reach me. If you also want someone to handle your building project, check in the description of the video, you get my number, you reach me, and I'll be very grateful to help you through. This is Business Ghana TV. Welcome.
My name is Imoru Sadat. Subscribe. Business Ghana TV. Thank you.